giving away an unopened box of Lorcana, the first chapter, that guy right there, to one of you guys. From now until December 31st, you can get a chance to enter for this awesome prize. All you have to do is subscribe and join the Discord channel, which is linked in the description down below. When you join the Discord, it's going to prompt you to select what content you're there for. Be sure to select the Lorcana tag. That way you secure your entry into the drawing. I'm going to be giving away this guy on January 1st. I'll be announcing it on the Discord. So be sure to subscribe, join the Discord, and may the Disney magic be ever on your side. Welcome back to another day here on the Lorcana pixelborn client. Today, we're going to be playing a Sapphire Steel Tiana Matters deck. But before we jump into the breakdown, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, comment, share the video, notification bell, super important, and most importantly, I'm going to be giving away extra entries into the booster box raffle, this guy right here. To win extra entries to this guy every day, effectively, all I'm going to do is ask you to share the video, and at some point, I won't say where, but somewhere in the video, I'm going to get all serious on you and ask you a question. For those of you who can answer the question correctly, you guys will be entered for a chance each and every day to win an additional raffle for the booster box. So keep an eye out for that. It's coming. But let's jump into the deck. I've gotten 12, 13, 14,000 million comments about Tiana. I mean, you guys really want to see a deck with Tiana. So Tiana is an un-inkable 4-cost, quests for 2, 1/4 power toughness with the resist 2 ability. But where Tiana gets really interesting is while this character is exerted and you have no cards in your hand, opponents can't play actions. That means no board wipes, no smash, no whole new world, no nothing, no nothing. So if we can manage to get her down with a board full of protection cards, we will force our opponents to play a specific game with us, and that game's called Who Can Get to the Finish Line First. Now, the setup is difficult, so resist 2 honor is really nice. We're running 2 different bodyguards, Hercules and the Prince. Prince is obviously slightly better because he's got the resist 1 on him, so he's slightly harder to take down. We're running Beast Selfless Protector, because Beast Selfless Protector says whenever one of your characters would be dealt damage, put that many damage counters on the Beast character instead. So another character that can protect Tiana. And then the other really important one is Aurora. Shifts in at 3 if we want to be that early. So we could play Aurora on shift 3, Tiana on 4. But Aurora's ability here, your other characters gain ward, which means Tiana can't be targeted. Lady Tremaine does get around this, but ideally our board is big enough that Lady Tremaine's not an issue. It does get around Maleficent Dragon, does get around Yzma target, gets around a lot of stuff by having the ward. The other thing is pretty much everything in our deck except for Tiana. So we got 4 non-inkables. That's Tiana. Everything else can be inked. So everything else can be dropped out of our hand. A lot of our characters cost 2 and 3, with a handful being 5. The more expensive ones can all be shifted except for Beast on 6. Running some removal, running some extra resist. So we don't need all the pieces to give our opponent a hard time. But the tricky bit is going to have an empty hand. Having an empty hand is a bad position to be in, generally speaking. And she requires us to have an empty hand. So, don't know how well it's going to go, but you guys asked for it. So that's what you guys are going to get. It's Tiana or nothing. Oh, the lab is popping off. I love when you click play and it's like, bam, you're in a game right now. So that's exactly what happened. All right. So I'm not sure how aggressively we need to be looking for Tiana, but since that's the theme of the deck, I will certainly look for her right away. Let's see. do like having a curve. The curve is nice, especially a Captain Hook into a Prince Eric. We're going to be very good against aggro and very weak against control. Let's see, 2 big boys too that can be protected by Hercules. Those all seem nice. And no Tiana. Okay. No little Cinderella either. Alright, well, Captain Hook, Prince Eric are pretty great on the draw, so let's see if we can make anything work with that. Definitely gonna go Captain Hook into Prince Eric into Hercules, inking along the way, and hopefully we'll find a Tiana and make things just a little bit more challenging for my opponent. Alright, Cinderella's gonna go first. It's just way too expensive. Also, it's steel, so we're gonna be hiding steel from my opponent. Opponent did just flash us a Teeth and Ambitions. It does defeat the Captain Hook, but they need a character. It's going to require an additional turn. Alright, we're starting today in the lab because I have no faith, none whatsoever, in Tiana. So we will see. Opponent's going really slow. I'm not sure if Smash is going to get it, but Smash plus the Captain Hook. I probably should have played Aurora there. Captain Hook's already strong on his own against whatever they're going to play. Not necessarily going to be the best, but a follow-up Smash plus a Captain Hook could be really strong. Still showing us that Ruby. Just reveal to me you're playing an item deck. Teeth and Ambitions doesn't fit an item deck, though. It's just control. This character enters and leaves. Chosen character gains Challenger 3 this turn. Okay. It's not super strong. Definitely a good smash target. I don't want to just trade my Hercules into it. Alright, opponent. He's probably trying to make the decision of who he has to target. Just target one of mine. It doesn't matter. It's just for this turn. It'll go away. Oh, there's the Tiana! Let's see if I can do it. Need to empty my hand. Smash that. Doesn't matter. Just target one of my guys. I have nothing to attack. Let's see. It's pretty much my... Played everything I can for the turn, so I'm going to go up to 5, -2. Up to 4, -2. I need to be able to get a double play. The turn 6 is going to be big, so then I can double play. Not sure what my opponent's doing exactly. Alright, Merlin back to their hand. I'm assuming they probably had some foxes that are really tough to play in their hand. That's the only downside with the fox. You can't play it on an empty board. A fox and a snake. Trapped in the hand. I'm tempted to say we ink a Cogsworth. Because I think next turn we're playing Tiana, right? No matter what. So I'm probably going to get a Hercules down at some point. So Tiana next turn for sure. It takes me to 5, so that's followed up by Cogsworth, followed by Hercules. Oh, 2 Tianas. See, that's where it gets tough. I have to play both Tianas. There's literally only 4 un-inkables in the entire deck. This should be really difficult to achieve. And yet, we've done it. Let's see. Cogsworth is strong with Hercules. But I don't need Hercules to have the resist. That's not the point. I think Cogsworth just has to go. We're still in the game plan. I can still have a Tiana. My turn 5 can be a Tiana. My turn 6 will be both of these characters, and then all of a sudden Tiana's active. The issue is my opponent's gonna have the capability of using removal. They don't have the ward. And I don't have an empty hand. That's the other thing. An empty hand is nice. See, I ink this, I play another Tiana. They go up to 6. Ink whatever. Drop both my Hercules and my Benja. I gotta hope I don't get anything. I gotta hope I don't get another Tiana. That's the thing. Another Tiana would be bad. Yes, we're gonna continue to quest. Make things difficult for my opponent. Maui's a problem character for us. Until I get Hercules down, it buys us an additional turn. I mean, statistically, there's only 2 cards left in the entire deck that are un-inkable. So we shouldn't draw an un-inkable. So we should be ready to go to dump our entire hand next turn. And then Tiana's active, and our opponents can't play. Can't play any actions. So no removal spells. The only thing that they'll be able to play will be, like Tremaine. But it's not targeted, so it's kind of not good. Minnie Mouse. I suspect that's the setup for a fox. There's the fox. Who do you take out, though? Gonna quest. But Beast is good. I need to dump my hand, though. I need to dump my hand for protection. Let's go bodyguard. Let's go Benja. No targets for Benja. I'm just gonna quest like a fool. I've forced my opponent now has to play the game of race me. They can fight me, but they can't defeat either Tiana. Not with this current board. They'll need a second fox just to defeat one Tiana. Madame M has to hit Hercules. Or they could send Minnie Mouse and Merlin at Hercules. That way Madame M could take down Prince Eric. Yeah, they can't even thin the board for Tremaine to mean anything. Madame M could take down the Hercules. They could play a Maui, which takes down the Tiana. Exactly perfectly. They're definitely thinking about attacks with the Shere Khan. I think this game is mine. I'm trying to think of how they get out of it. I don't think they do. I think Tiana has all of their options locked out of the game. They need a very specific, small selection of cards from their deck. And even then, I don't think it's enough. I do like that I feel protected from board wipes. Okay, so we're gonna see the Merlin attack as well. Right? You don't just send Minnie Mouse for no reason, right? Opponent's trying to attack other stuff, isn't he? There we go. Let's close the game with some Benja. Oh! Still not sure if it's good enough for ranked, so we're gonna do another lab game. Okay. Second. Cinderella. I don't need 2 Cinderellas. We're definitely gonna have inkables. We do want to play our hand fairly quick, so this beast mirror might actually be decent. I think it's a little early for it. Oh, we're gonna get it anyway. Wow, this is almost the same hand. Alright, Beast is also pretty good. Beast is actually going to make it difficult in the early... If I were to get this down quickly, we will face the issue of it would be actually challenging to empty our hand for Tiana. So you got to be careful with that. Alright, like I said, I think it's a little too early for the Beast Mirror, so we're going to ink it. Alright, giving my opponent the chance to hit this for 2 damage and draw a card. Let's hope that's not the case. Okay, I'd rather see it return to my hand, if I'm being honest. And I'll probably play the Prince Eric. Oh, did I just see purple? Yeah, it is purple, so there's not going to be... So the opponent's just going to be hyper aggro. Okay. Hyper aggro, I got this. 2 hooks? That's easy. Sorry, Beast. I'm going to keep my removal and both my hooks. The music just died. Well, that was weird. Now it's back, so that's fine. Simba doesn't stand a chance when I smash it. They might be running Spellbook. I'm going to keep the Benja. And smash. Opponent missed an ink drop. Pirates attack! Alright, well, controlling the board, we'll see how well my opponent can recover. This game might already be over. Especially if I keep drawing cards like Smash. I'm gonna get a Cinderella down first. I don't need you. Let's be sure to ink. I debated if I should smash the Pinocchio. But I think we're going to be able to successfully destroy the Pinocchio. Well, there's a smash target for sure. Ooh, okay. I have some interesting options here. I think I'm still going to hold on to... I got nothing that can sing this song. There goes the music again. Oh, that's weird. What's the music doing? I think I smashed the Arthur, right? I think so. Alright, opponent might be able to quest for 3 here, but the second they do, they've lost all of their leverage. And every turn that they don't get the 3, it's not a good turn. And the music's gone again. Very weird. Now I'm going to start trading some board pieces here. I'm going to keep the other 2. But I'm not falling behind because of the Cinderella. And if they want to quest with both, then I'll wipe out their board. I'll take it. We definitely defeat the Pinocchio first. Alright, I can play the entire hand. So we're gonna do that. A 1-drop. A 2-drop. A 3-drop. Go! Alright, opponent. You don't stand a chance. This game just ended. Keep the Cinderella for the loot. Probably. Let's see how close are we to victory. We're on +7. +6 if Maleficent attacks. Nah, let's just play it. We pretty much just have victory on our next turn now. All we do is quest. All we do is quest. Loving it. Second again. Oh, it's second all day. You know what? I really like the lab. I like the lab a lot. You see new and interesting decks all the time. It's probably too many expensive drops. This particular ward's not the most important thing. It's great for a different board setup. 2 Prince Erics help keep the board state clear. Do I keep the beast? Drawing the extra card. Oh, there goes... The music is broken. We got a broken client. Drawing the extra card could be bad. It could make it very hard to keep Tiana active. Let's just do the 2. Nope. Okay. It's a bugged client. No mulligans for me. If that's the case, we're definitely inking. Do you shift queen and do you hit me with a whole new world? Because that's a strong play. Lanterns. We're gonna see a Cinderella or a Stitch? Cinderella. Aw. Just a Stitchy boy. Oh, I think Beast is a little far away. Prince Eric at least threatens doing a ton of damage or flat out removing the queen if it shifts. Because she has shifted Stitch. If they quest, we can definitely take it down, smash and attack. And we might just end up taking it down to prevent my opponent from playing a bunch of cheap characters and drawing a ton of cards. Because that would be the end of us, for sure. Didn't utilize Lantern. Alright, Prince Eric definitely takes down the Stitch, right? Then I play a bodyguard. Then the queen is the shift thing. It does its thing. Now I think I just take out both shift targets. That way, Stitch is defeated, and the queen can't shift. So I'm just gonna smash it. Perhaps a little slow, but their hand is very thin right now. And those are probably their best outs. Now, they could play a big Stitch. If they want to quest with Doc and use the Lantern and ink. So they need to ink. There goes Big Stitch. Not worth the play. Maui. You're going to use a Maui? Okay. Maui is one of the few characters that actually gives Tiana here, some real issues. Now let's see if I can't... How much can I do? I'm only gonna get up to 4. Let's see, if I put Tiana down... Tiana's actually probably gonna be fairly meaningless in this game. But as far as efficiency goes, she's the only thing that costs 4. Then I got a Hercules and a Prince Eric for the follow-up turn. Maui attacks Tiana. Tiana's defeated, but then Smash takes down Maui. Okay. This is just turning into a good old-fashioned race. So how does this deck do against another deck that actually wants to race? I know we just took down the Amethyst Amber race deck. That one's a lot easier because the butts are really tiny. Also, it didn't hurt that we had 2 Captain Hooks. We could just play out our hand. So, how does this one actually work? That's an issue. That actually requires the attention of a Smash. Which means Maui's going to continue to be a threat. Ooh, did not want to see that. Well, between Hercules and Tiana, that will take down the Maui. I just don't know if it's going to be fast enough. Maui's an issue. The problem is we're spending like multiple turns to deal with what they have, which means they're getting multiple turns to draw other things that we need to deal with. Between the Lantern and Dock, they can play some pretty big drops. I'm not sure what else is hiding in the deck. Great. I don't know, I think we lose this game. I don't think we can handle a couple of Mauis. I do have sparse removal in the deck, but it's just not good enough. Could blow up the Lantern. They haven't been using Dock, which has been really annoying. If I could ink this, I could take out the 2 problem pieces. And then it's really just Minnie Mouse. But I can't ink you. Okay, we're gonna smash the Minnie Mouse. And pass the turn. Mauis don't do anything when they don't have an attack target. There we go, that's what I was hoping for. Well, that's not what I was hoping for. I was hoping I could take down Doc. Yeah, we've lost this game. There's no recovery. It's too late. I can't keep up. I was a turn too slow, I think. Going first would have made a lot of difference. Especially in this game. It was very neck and neck. Just not enough. Alright, good game, opponent. Good game. It's just not enough. Oh, finally! Going first, it actually happens. Alright, both the Beast Mirrors can go. The Let It Go can go. So far, pretty playable hand. I don't like having 2 3-drops, but there we go. Turn 2 drop. Double 1 drops. Beastmere can go. Captain Hook. And pass. Alright, tell me you're an aggro deck. I actually am set up for the aggro deck. Actually got a pretty aggressive hand for the control deck too. Doc. Alright. Is this gonna be the same guy I played last game? It's hard to tell. I was in the queue for a very long time. There goes a Rockstar. They likely have another one. It's hard to imagine inking a Rockstar when you actively have a Stitch in play. That's a good smash target. Bodyguard's really good though. Captain Hook's my key to getting 2 plays in a following turn. Which means I'm likely inking Benja here. Doesn't feel good. I really like my Benja. Alright, they don't have the means to do Stitch right away. So I'm not going to worry about that. Another ketchup and mustard. It's the redemption match. Alright, and this is the moment you guys have all been waiting for the extra chance at the booster box. We don't want people cheating off of your hard work, your dedication to watch the video, so I need you to somewhere in the comments, leave a comment telling me what your favorite color is in Lorcana. And then also somewhere in that comment mention that it's for the drawing, for the extra raffle, to trick those people who would cheat off of you. Tiana now? Not sure. The real trick is gonna be in Discord, send me a direct message and tell me the name of Tiana. Tell me the full name of Tiana that I'm using in this deck. Alright, I think I get rid of the Simba. So that's it. You gotta leave a decoy. A decoy comment down below. And then the real thing is to direct message me on Discord. Let me know the full name of Tiana. You have your mission. And yes, I am actively trying to not be overly crazy, so you can't just scrub through the footage. And find this little tidbit. There's the cheap, so they can play something for 5. Maui. Such predictable. It's got to be the same opponent. The Doc, the Maui. So Tiana again is actually actively worthless in this matchup. Problem is if they have another Maui, I need to get rid of that Doc. Well, it was looking good. I mean, Tiana's ability is really close to resolving, but my opponent has demonstrated that they are not a control deck. They are all on the board, and we happen to not be built for this kind of competition. Yeah, we're dead. We're dead again. Oof. I mean, Captain Hook takes out Simba and Doc. It's gonna give him a good lore swing. We can hope my opponent is on duds in their hand. A couple of lanterns would be sweet to see. That's right. If you have action cards, too bad. Is Tiana actively protecting me right now? I think Tiana's actively protecting me right now. We saw this card move. That's the card they wanted to play, and then and they're looking at Tiana. I think that's an action they can't play. Tiana's doing the thing! Ah! Fooled me. Tiana's not doing the thing. Oh. But I can't play you! Defeat, defeat. If I quest with Tiana, it's gonna have 5 power, so it's gonna do 3 damage. So Tiana would still survive. And I can't play you. Beast might be too greedy, so they're just gonna quest. I had to draw an unplayable. And of course my opponent's playing literally no action cards in their entire deck. Oh, of course there's a Maui. That's the game. There is no coming back from that. Alright, last game is going to be a ranked match because there's so much control. If I can manage to get... If I can manage to get the Tiana thing down, it could actively be really good. Now, watch. We're not going to play against the control... Ah, we're not playing against the control deck. Alright, Cinderella down. Captain Hook down. Alright, Emerald. Is this going to be Emerald Steel? Feels like that's what Emerald gets paired with the most. Emerald Steel. That makes us draw a card, so it's probably a discard. Discard has a very subtle underlying, damage dealing as the overlaying. That's usually how it goes. I do have a 2-drop, but I don't know if I want to play my 2-drop. Are they going to play items? I feel like the answer is no. They might play Beast Mirror, but I doubt it. Alright, I think we're gonna ink the Benja. I'm gonna play the Aurora, pass the turn. Next turn we'll get the Prince down. That'll open us up questing. Opponent could be running their own smashes though, so that's something. Not sure I need 2. Alright, resist 1. Big Tinkerbell's a problem. Big Tinkerbell's a really big problem. Crap. Because I want to bring it down as a bodyguard, and then Tinkerbell just destroys it, and then destroys something else, and then Prince Eric destroys the other thing, and then we lose the game. So, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna play him as normal, and pass the turn. Big Tinkerbell's not as potent. Still a problem, but it's not as potent because it has no attacking. If it quests, we deal with it. Thanks to the smash. Oh, that'll defeat the prince. Oh no, they're worried about the Captain Hook? Please, you shouldn't have. It does make me feel a little better. I definitely want to play the smash. Alright, 100% throwing this. 100% taking that out. And I think I do want to get Captain Hook down, but it means I have to ink something. I actually think this beast might be the way we stay in this game. A little sad to get rid of that. Yes, the beast will make the Tiana a little bit more challenging to pull off. But it doesn't last forever. I didn't know you could shift. Is there even... yeah, the only cheaper beast is like 4 still. Tiana and a 2-drop would be sweet, because then I'll have an empty hand, and my opponent drawing extra cards won't be so potent, because I'm sure they have a lot of removal. Not sure if they're going to run a whole new world or not, but I'm sure they have Grab Your Swords, and I would like to be protected from that. See, I could have been protected from that. Okay. Which one do I like better, though? I mean, obviously Cinderella sets me up for a big Cinderella, which is really nice. But... ooh, the Captain Hook ban, that's tough. It's great counter threat. If I quest, this definitely gets the attack, right? But if they want to deal with it, they have to take down... I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna do it. Double cards would be sweet, but... come on, can we survive one more turn without Tiana being at risk? Just have to make it through this turn with the Tiana. See how aggressive my opponent wants to be. Oh, they should have kept the evasive. I actually would really struggle against that. Dang it! I needed one more turn and then they wouldn't be able to whole new world me like that. I do got the Cinderella though. That'll take down their beast. Wait a minute, was this secretly a good thing? I could play this and that. I can't empty my hand, that's the issue. So I can't stop them from playing more. I mean, I could quest for 7 here. I'm a little vulnerable after that, but I still quest him for 7. I still think the Cinderella is the right play. If I go wide, I think I get Tinkerbelled and smashed. I at least like the resist option. I could sing this. Definitely want to ink. I think getting the Selfless Protector down next turn would also be really strong. Do I sing this? And if I do, what am I taking out? The little Tinkerbell so there's no counterattacks? I mean, I'm giving up 2 lore on that, so I'm only gaining 4 going to 10. Yeah, let's do it. Let's stop the big Tinkerbell from... So they can still play the big Tinkerbell for the 1 damage and then sing over here. So let's get rid of the singing capability. Alright. That was a slow turn from me, but in my defense, we went from no options and a very clear game plan to all of a sudden having 8 cards in hand and no idea what we're doing. It was a lot to take in. Alright, starting to feel better. Ward on everything. Can't get both down. That would be sweet, but I can't do it. I don't have a song, do I? The only song in the deck is the Let It Go. Cinderella's not attacking. Smash isn't enough to defeat anything except Cheshire Cat and Eric, which aren't threats. Tiana's actively stuck in my hand. So it could be a Selfless Protector. And then Quest with everything. Which, Quest for 8 takes me to 16 is very strong. I don't think they just have straight removal for this. And they can't... Well, technically they could attack into it by attacking the other characters. I think I just play this in Quest with everything. Because it's going to put me so close to the edge. It's going to be very hard for the opponent to recover. They're not running items, so Benja can go. Alright, I think that's going to do it. Let's see what my opponent can muster up. Grab your swords defeats the beast. Two, grab your swords. It's not enough. Can't take down my 4 lore with resist 4 in total. Give my opponent the well played. Well played. Quest and quest. Okay, maybe it is ranked viable. And for the post-game wrap, how did the deck do? The deck was fun. The deck was really fun. Any deck that plays like a puzzle, I really enjoy. And that's what this deck feels like. It's a puzzle piece of how do I empty my hand so Tiana's active while at the same time setting her up so she's not just going to get destroyed. And at the same time not overly losing to my opponent. Funny enough, the deck that we felt weakest against was another aggro deck, specifically ones with big butts. Like the ketchup mustard deck. That one actually actively gave us problems. The butts were too big for us to easily deal with. And then Tiana was actively useless. I'm not even sure that deck ran any action cards. So that deck gave us issues. Everything else, not so bad. Pretty good. The last game there, Tiana almost was... one turn away from protecting us from that whole new world and locking my opponent into whatever they were stuck with. She came down a little late. It was a slower game, but ultimately we saw our way through. That Beast Protector soaking up an entire grab your swords was clutch. That was pretty sweet. And then of course the resist on these two, just grab your swords doesn't do anything to them. It's awesome. Cards that felt weak. Beast Smear, 4 dozen eggs. 4 dozen eggs is obviously in here as like a combo piece to help protect all your characters. But honestly, the fact that she has resist 2, giving her another resist 2, yeah, she survives a Maui, but it's, I don't know. This felt weak. Beast Smear felt weak. Music's been broken on the client all morning. So these guys I would definitely consider taking out. The other thing that the deck struggled with was having removal for the situation. So it's possible that these guys want to come out for some kind of removal. The challenge is we're such a low curve. You don't want to play a Hades. Like this beast, both the beasts can actively be inked a lot. They are on the expensive side. Cogsworth and Aurora have the ability to shift out early, which is nice. Cinderella has the ability to shift out early, effectively lowering their costs. So these two end up getting inked. So the cost curve can't be that high. It's possible that the Beast Smear comes out in favor of a Fishbone Quill. That'll help empty your hand and ramp you up. And if you're stuck on a Tiana, you can get rid of the additional Tiana with the Fishbone Quill. The downside is that Fishbone Quill's not gonna have very much fuel because we're actively trying to empty our hand. The Beast Smear was in here for those games where it's like, hey, we have an actively empty hand. My opponent can't do anything, so on my turn I'm going to draw a card, and I'm going to Beast Smear, draw a card, and then ink one and play the other. That was the idea, and it never happened. So these are the 2 cards I would consider taking out. Fishbone Quill is definitely one I would consider bringing in. And if you are bringing in a Fishbone Quill, you might be able to ramp your way into a Hades. So if anything, it'd be 4 Fishbone Quills because they're all inkable, 2 Hades because they're un-inkable, and hopefully you'll be able to ramp your way up into them. But again, your hand's going to empty pretty quickly, so it's going to be hard to say how well that Fishbone Quill does. Outside of that, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, comment, share the video, all that fun stuff. Links in the description down below for this deck list if you want to play it. There's also the Discord down there, which I hope you guys probably know of by now. We've been running that hard for this booster box. And then if you want to be 2 videos ahead of everyone else, there is the Patreon. So Patreon members have saw this video 2 days ago. They already know all about this. They know what to expect. When they see this deck being played against on Pixelborn, they know how to play around it already because they've already seen the video. That's a big upside to becoming a Patreon member. Is some of my decks, not all of them, let's be honest, definitely not all of them, but some of my decks do come out and then they do see a ton of play. A lot of people end up playing them for a day or 2 because usually the meta shifts so fast, a day or 2 is usually right on curve. So those guys, when they start seeing these decks pop up, they already know exactly how to play against it. So they definitely have an advantage on Pixelborn because of that. But outside of that, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.